Hello, I'm here to show you the possibilities on the new Thirlmere organ. It's always a problem when one is restricted to 36 stops as to what to include and what not to include. But obviously one wants the 36 stops to say as much as possible and be as useful in as many different schools of organ playing as possible. And we think we've arrived at that. So basically I'm going to show you the tone colours here that we have at our disposal. The Swell starts with a pair of very lovely strings undulating. And with octaves and sub-octaves. A Lieblich flute. With its octave. Eight-foot diapason. Geigen principal, 15th, mixture, a rather nice 8-foot oboe, which combines quite nicely with the flue work. There is a 16-foot board on as well. Which with the oboe and the flue work makes a rather nice small full swell. And then 3 reeds. First of all, the cornopian, contraffagotto, and a clarion. Which makes a very satisfying English full swell. And on the great organ, we start with a small stopped diapason of 8-foot pitch. And as an alternative, a nice romantic whole flute, which combines rather nicely with the stopped. Quite a French gamba, which goes nicely with the stop diapason and the flute. And then 2 diapasons, very English, each very different. The small diapason, the large diapason, and each adds to the other. So the 2 diapasons minus the large plus the large minus the small, adding the gamba and the flutes to give a really thick English 8-foot tone. There's also a 16-foot board on with a slightly continental 50 edge. And then a harmonic flute. Which, with the 16-foot up an octave, gives you 8 and 2. And then the possibilities are limitless, because there's a 12th, which can be combined with the 8-foot flute, or with the 16-foot up an octave as a larigo. There's a 15th, which up an octave will give you a 1-foot. 8 and 2 with the 4-foot flute. And there's a 17th as well. So the 17th goes rather nicely with the 8-foot and the 2 2/3 foot to make a cornet. It also adds into the mixture to make a tierce in the mixture. So here's the straight mixture chorus. And here it is with the 17th. It just adds that slightly reedy edge. And then there are 2 reeds. The first is a gorgeous corno di bassetto, which is very rich and, again, very English. That can be added to the flutes to thicken it up, to make it a really big clarinet. And a piston. Which you can add the 8-foots to quite successfully and make a tuba. So it's possible to have a tuba tone with full swell on the swell. Or just a trumpet for and that adds rather nicely to the chorus to make a satisfying full great. The pedals starts with a fairly innocuous board on, but loud enough to make its presence felt with the great flue work as well as the swell flue work. A violone with a nice bow on the strings sound there, and then an open wood and a 32-foot violone, an 8-foot flute, an 8-foot principal, a chorale bass. So quite a satisfying pedal. And then 2 reeds, a trumpet and a trombone. So full pedal, which holds its own under full organ. Which altogether makes a very satisfying cathedral-like full organ sound. Thank you very much for watching this video, and we hope you've enjoyed it, and we hope you might take a closer look at the Thirlmere.